All right, so pad Mee Korat.
Pad Mee
Korat.
Korat.
Yes, Korat is a town in the northeast of Thailand in a place called Isan. And pad means fried. So I imagine it's like dish from Korat, basically. Got our veggies from the garden. Traditionally, it would be these garlic chives, perhaps some spring onion, but we're going to put a little bit of kale in, a little bit of bok choy in as well. Your noodles, these are your flat rice noodles that you can find basically in any Asian supermarkets. And you need to soak these before you cook your pad thai in cold water for about an hour. We have some nuts here, peanuts or cashews for topping the dish. And we're going to start off by making our sauce. And so we're just going to mix this. Our soy sauce, tamarind concentrate. Now, 2 to 3 tablespoons is what I put on the recipe there.
But you're a chef, so you just pour, don't you? Because you know.
I'm going to
put the feel.
I'm going to put about the same. This is actually really quite strong tamarind concentrate, which can be very sour. A little bit of this sugar, but not all of it. Actually, I just want to put a pinch in there because one of the secrets to this dish is caramelizing the sugar in your pan.
Okay.
You glaze the pan with the sugar or the grill with the sugar, and then you deglaze it with the sauce.
Beautiful. We're learning some nice methods here. Deglazing.
I'm actually going to put a little bit of water in here as well. So we got 2 to 3 tablespoons of tamarind concentrate. We're going to put 3 tablespoons of water in there as well.
And Maxime, you've been spending a bit of time up in the Thornbury restaurant.
Yes, indeed. All right, we're going to do a little bit of chopping.
Okay.
So we got our chives. I like to chop everything pretty roughly, actually. Nothing too fine. I'd go about 1 inch each piece. And about the same for our spring onions as well. I like the bottoms to be a little bit finer.
I've been learning so much from you, Maxime, so thank you.
Well, thank you for being such a wonderful assistant and encouragement. I always seem to forget things, and you're always there to save the day.
Well, thank you, Maxime.
Thank you.
Such a gentleman.
I've forgotten other things. Look, we've got oyster mushrooms here as well, and these are the first things that we're going to cook. So actually, I want to get these on the grill first. So a little bit of rice bran oil on the grill.
And have you cut them a little?
I have cut them.
Yeah.
Yeah. The stems, the lower down the stem you get, the longer it will take to cook. So because we're just going to do like quite a quick fry with these, we don't want to include the really thick, heavy stems. So I de-stemmed them pretty much, leaving only like the little bits of the stems on, and just the larger mushrooms chopped in half. I like them to be quite chunky as well. We're going to leave those on there.
Do they take longer to cook than, say, a button mushroom?
No, quicker.
Quicker, okay.
Quicker. Absolutely. So yeah, your Swiss browns and your button mushrooms, field mushrooms will take a little bit longer. Okay, so we're just gonna cook those off slightly, and then we're gonna move them to one side. So with this Japanese miso, you could blend it, but we're just gonna mix it up to try and dissolve that in the sauce here a little bit before it goes on. So we want to break up that miso in here. And like, this is actually really, once you get the hang of this meal, it really is quite a simple dish. You can make up this sauce in bulk, so you don't have to do it every time.
Okay.
And just keep it in the fridge.
So this is palm sugar.
That is palm sugar. I think a really good alternative that you can find more ubiquitously is coconut sugar. I'm going to move this across to one side now. Side should be down. A little bit more oil, guys, on the grill, about another tablespoon. Your palm sugar, which will start melting down in the oil, with a little bit of garlic here as well, which we're just going to let cook, which I'd throw in with this stuff here. As it's starting to bubble here,
yes,
the sugar's melting.
Mm-hmm.
What that's doing is that's glazing your pan to some
Okay.
extent. So in your pan, you'll notice the sugar start to turn a darker color of brown.
Mm-hmm.
That's when you get that kind of caramelized flavor, and that's what we want. So once it gets to that stage, that's when we're going to add the sauce and mix that in.
The steam.
Could you pass me the noodles, please?
Sure thing.
Wonderful. Beautiful. There should be some chili flakes as well.
Got some up there? Yep.
We're going to mix in a few chili flakes here at this stage as well. Throwing in our chives.
It is smelling fantastic.
Our onions.
Jerome is going yum behind that camera.
Our spring onions. A handful of kale. And so you can tell when your noodles have started to actually cook here, they become that slightly translucent color. At this stage, we want to mix in our mushrooms and our tofu. And here we can turn the heat right down to.
And did you say you toasted peanuts before?
I toasted some of those cashews.
The cashews?
Those cashews.
Yeah.
Which are a little bit less acidic in the body than peanuts.
Okay.
But peanuts is what generally they would use in Thailand. And I love them too. So if you've got some toasted peanuts, chuck them on at the end and crush them up. And that's your pad Mee Korat. I would recommend garnishing that with a slice of lemon, any fresh herbs that you've got, coriander, and topping it with some crushed nuts. And so a quick, easy, simple meal that you can feed a lot of people with really easily.
Yeah. I'm sure others at home can't wait to make it.
Amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.